Ciao and welcome. Today we'll be cooking another southern Italian dish using zucchini and eggplants. If you've got lots of zucchini in your vegetable patch and you don't know what to do with them, this is ideal because actually I'm going to show you something which you can do and freeze and find them in the winter, although you can make them all year round because you can buy zucchini and eggplants any time of the year. And that is what I'm planning of doing today. I'll make some for immediate consumption, well, within 24 hours or so, and also some which I will freeze for later in the year. Ingredient wise, very simple. You don't need a lot. I'm going to use a large chili pepper. This is mild. I'll be using some garlic. You can see I've got a good handful of mint, freshly picked from the garden. These are a couple of zucchini. They got a little bit of a history. As Julie and I were driving and I saw somebody selling zucchini on the side of the road. It's very common in the UK for people to grow vegetables. They produce more than what can actually they consume, and then they sell it until they see this recipe, of course. And they were 25 pence each, so bargain. That actually is what prompted this recipe, whereas here I got a couple of eggplants which I purchased from the supermarket. You can use other eggplants, you can use zucchini, but today I'll do a combination of both. Also some vinegar and olive oil, salt and pepper, and that is the simplicity of this recipe, as all you need is just a few ingredients. And the vinaigrette, which I will be using to marinate my eggplant and zucchini, is what I'll make first. So start with my chili pepper, and I'm going to slice this in little pieces like this. You can also chop it even finer if you want. As always with things like this, the amount of ingredients you use is entirely up to you really. So I'll give you the quantities in the description, as I always do for my recipe. But if you want to add more garlic or less garlic, entirely up to you. There are no rules really when you are marinating stuff. It's very subjective. So here I've got, as you can see, a couple of relatively large cloves of garlic, and I'll remove the skin. You could slice the garlic just like I've done with the chili pepper, and that is also fine. But I like mine to be quite strong, so I'm going to use a garlic crusher. And if you crush garlic like this, it will release all of its power. So that's what I'll do today. But as I said, slice if you want it a little bit milder. I'm using a jar for convenience, and this is temporary. So I'm adding the garlic and the chili pepper there. And here I've got a good handful of mint. What I'll do though, I'll separate it from the little stem. I'll get a little bit more. Again, you can choose more or you can choose less, but definitely use mint because the mint is what really helps the marinade release all of its beautiful flavor in this dish. And to ensure that the mint is really present, I will actually chop it with my knife very quickly and add it to the garlic and my chili pepper. A little salt, not a lot, as I will be adding some salt later when I cook my vegetables, but abundant pepper. White wine vinegar next, and I'm going to use a couple of the teaspoons. Again, add more if you wish, 2 is enough for me. Followed by 6 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I definitely recommend using extra virgin olive oil. Often people ask me, oh, what oil should I use? I do not recommend that you spend an arm and a leg, because in recipes like this, the olive oil is nice, but it's not the main ingredient. So extra virgin olive oil, any brand is fine. So 6 tablespoons, and you can see actually it's gone quite a long way. So here is my lid, and you can see why this is really useful, as I can give everything a good mix, and I will leave this on one side whilst I'll deal with the vegetables next. As I'm combining both eggplants and the zucchini, I like to deal with the eggplants first, as they take a little bit longer to cook. Now, entirely up to you if you want to slice them in round circles or lengthwise. I like, when I do things like this, to go diagonally. I think they look a little bit prettier on your plate once they're cooked, and also they are slightly bigger than they would be oops, what's that? If they were in a round circle. So I'm cutting them in about half a centimeter so that they don't take a long time to cook, and they will also be enough texture as and when they're cooked. But as I'm in chopping mode, I've decided to also chop my zucchini and also give me the opportunity to share a little tip with you. Do not leave your eggplants exposed to the light, otherwise they'll turn brown very quickly. And actually I'll do a little experiment just to show you. I'm going to leave this like this, and if I can manage it, and I'll leave this exposed, and we will see what happens just in a few minutes whilst I slice the zucchini. And here I'll do exactly the same. I'll get rid of the little head and the bottom. Look at the size of this one, 25 pence. That's what I paid for it. Incredible. They were both 25 pence each, 50 pence for the two, but isn't that a bargain? And I'll do exactly the same as I did with my eggplants. However, with my zucchini, as they've got a lot more water than eggplants, I'm going to slice them slightly thicker, but still diagonally, just like this. Traditionally, this dish is made with eggplants, but like a lot of eggplants dishes can also be adapted with zucchini. So I'm having the best of both worlds today. What you might find interesting is that actually this technique is about 1,000 years old, and it originated in Persia. And it is fascinating how different cultures, they borrow cooking techniques. I'm actually just applying the eggplants at the moment on top of a griddle, and I've laid a little salt on top. So the Arabs inherited this way of cooking from the Persians, and then it was passed on to the Spanish. The Spanish conquered Sicily and part of Italy. The kingdom of the two Sicilies, actually, if you think about it, there was Sicily and Naples used to be ruled by the Spanish. I think it was the 16th century. And they introduced this way of cooking, and Scapece, which is what is called in Italian, originates from the Spanish word escapes, I think, and it's actually a way of cooking and mostly to do with the way you preserve food. So Italians, obviously, then Italy became Italy later on, and they changed the name to Scapece, and this is a wildly used southern Italy, from Puglia down to all the way down to Calabria, but also in Sicily there are variations. So it is a very, very interesting recipe with long-standing cultural affinities. Also, I should add that many families would fry these, or the zucchini. I prefer to do mine in the griddle because they're a little bit lighter, but also I really love the charcoaly flavor that you get from grilling them. So that's my preference, but you can gently fry them also. They will take about 3 to 4 minutes, the eggplants per side. I'll show you once I turn them around. Here we go. If you take a look, this is what I mean. They also look very, very nice. Perfect. Also, my griddle has got two different cooking areas. These ones have got a little indentation used for steak or even things like this, but over here is flat, which is what I tend to use if I'm doing anything like eggs and so on. So clearly they will cook slightly differently, but it won't make much difference. So I'm just going along and turning them around. Inevitably some of them will be ready before some of the others. These particular ones, I cut them even thinner, so they're done. So make sure that you remove them as soon as they are cooked, because as I often say, eggplants cannot be trusted. They will soon burn, so stay on top of them, and I'll top them up. Actually, let's have a look. I did say I was going to show you the difference. Look, you can see this is the one which has been exposed to the air, and this hasn't, so it's slightly darker. It won't make much difference to the taste, but if you can avoid it, why not? And another little tip, by the way, if you place them on top of one another as you take them out from your griddle, although it sounds a little bit silly, they will continue cooking, so you can just pile them up and carry on. Some of the thicker ones you will not have cooked, because you can easily pull your fork through and it will go comfortably to the other end. Like this one, for example, is perfectly cooked, so they can come out. Whereas this one here, although it looks like it could be cooked, if I actually put my fork at the edges, I can still get some friction, so not quite done. So ensure that they don't burn, but equally well that they're cooked. And that is it. That's my last couple of pieces of eggplants. So ready to move on to the zucchini, and as you will have gathered, more of the same. I only do the salt once, by the way, so again, these are going to be a little bit noisier because they got a higher water content, and they will have something to say, but exactly the same, and stay on top of them. They are slightly different to eggplants though. They're more difficult to burn, but because of the higher water content, if you leave them too long, they will turn up into a mush. Whereas actually you want to make sure that when you griddle zucchini, they've got a little bit of a bite, so just take them out when they are slightly al dente, if you see what I mean. 3 minutes and I'll turn them around. In the meantime, I'm going to share with you what I've got in mind for later when I taste them. So I've got a little ciabatta roll over here. I'm going to actually pinch my marinade and use a little brush, and not a lot, just a little bit of my marinade on top of my ciabatta bread, just like this, complemented with a little sprinkle of oregano if you want, otherwise you just leave it as it is, or just oil. You don't have to have a marinade, but as you've made one, why not? And I'll wait until my zucchini are ready. So let's see if they can be turned around. They've been in there about a couple of minutes. You can see that they're cooking nicely, so I'll just go along and turn them around. And of course you can use a normal frying pan if you wish. They will turn up more like this rather than this. This is a little bit fancier to look at, and I think the flavor will be a little bit smokier, of course. No time at all, another 3 minutes and these are done, and I'll do exactly what I did with the eggplants. I'll place them on top of one another, and they will keep warm and continue cooking. So here they go, and I'll carry on and I'll see you once I've finished with my zucchini. Julie just popped her head round and she has given me some very fresh cherry tomatoes, which I just picked from the garden. Here they are, so I'm going to throw them in also there. Little advice though, ensure that if you were to use a griddle like me, to open a window. It does get quite smoky at times, so you want to make sure that you have plenty of air circulating. Apart from that, it's definitely a good price to pay for what is about to happen. I'm actually choosing some of the better ones so that they look nice in the photo, and I will just put them every other one. So I'll go a piece of eggplant, a piece of zucchini, eggplant and zucchini, and so on, so that I can arrange them nicely on my plate. And something else I should mention is that this dish does require a little planning, because ideally you would want to make it the day before and then leave it in the fridge overnight to marinate, and then you can really probably appreciate the following day. But I'm going to show you what I mean by now marinating, and I'm going to apply some of my marinade on top, just like this. And if you want to, you can obviously do this in layers, which actually is very typical, but I'm not going to, because this will be enough for dinner tomorrow, and I just want to make sure that I don't go over the top, because actually these are really moorish. I should actually have a warning that I cannot be held responsible for the amount that you eat once you make them, so maybe you should not be making too many, because they are absolutely delicious. So something like this, and as I said, if you wanted to, you can now do another layer on top, 2 or 3 layers, and then leave them in the fridge to marinate. But I'll leave this on one side because I'm keen to show you what you can do if you've got lots and lots and you want to freeze them. So this is my little tip. Get a little piece of baking paper, and then apply your eggplants and zucchini on top, and if you like, you can actually be a little bit more strategic here and just do enough, just like this, so that you've got a combination of both. Then you roll it like this, and then you do another layer like this, and this will freeze beautifully. I would recommend that you do not marinate them before you place them in the freezer. So the only little planning you have to do is if you want to freeze them, to effectively ensure that you make a marinade, and then you have got them ready for ideally again 1 day. Once they come out of the freezer, you place them on the marinade, and then you put them in the fridge overnight. And I'll place this in a plastic bag, and then where it is here, and I'll do another one, and they will go in my freezer once they have cooled down. And just think, Christmas Eve, you have got already pre-cooked grilled zucchini and eggplant. All you need to do is make a marinade the day before, and then marinate them, and then they are ready for you. So I'll do another one, and then we can test. Actually, I changed my mind. For what is left, I'll just do another layer. You can tell that I don't have a script when I cook, which is the beauty of cooking. I like to improvise, so for this dish, this is plenty. And once again, I will apply some on top. And as I'm doing this, so whilst everything is still hot, it's ideal because my marinade will really penetrate all of my vegetables beautifully. And I have to say, I'm not just saying it, but the smell coming up is incredible. Now, of course, I should be waiting 24 hours and once it's in the fridge, and then eat it tomorrow. But how can I not taste this and let you know what it's like? And I'm going to share with you how we like to eat this. So I'm going to place an eggplant and a zucchini over there, and I'm going to close this, still quite hot actually, and then I'll go over here. Julie has just joined me, so
smell
that
the food from the garden.
we can share this together. And there it is, and it's a lovely eggplant and zucchini Scapece style sandwich. And of course I've got my beautiful fresh tomatoes, and it's unbelievable. Admittedly, tomorrow it will taste better because you will have set in the fridge, but what can I say? Buon appetito. If you make them, let me know how you get on. Ciao ciao, see you later.